You could argue Boruto was the one not being hardworking, which is why Goat had to go to the village.
Well, actually, on that note, that's one of the reasons why people didn't like very early Boruto. It makes sense. We don't like Boruto for being like the bratty, hardworking kid at first. It's not a likable trait, but he becomes hardworking at the end, at the character growth. But some of these things, Boruto had some of these. This is actually a really interesting thing to consider. Very beginning Boruto, how does he do on some of this? Playing nice is interesting. I think he was playing nice to most people, but he was also standoffish with obviously his dad. And when his dad's brought up, he could become standoffish with everyone. He wasn't hardworking. He was definitely loved by others. Would you say Boruto was courageous? Not the end of the movie, but beginning of the Boruto movie.
No.
Okay, so he's not getting that one. He was definitely skilled. Funny, I don't think Boruto displayed anything at the beginning of the movie to give us
Well, this is
whether
the thing.
he was funny or not
I don't
funny.
know about in the movie. Definitely in both the anime and manga, his first appearance. The anime with the train running into the thing, the Hokage Stone Monument, and the manga with him drawing on the Hokage Stone Monument. You could argue that's not meant to be funny. It's meant to be a parallel. But like it's paralleling something that was meant to be funny with Naruto doing it in the first place. That was meant to be funny.
I mean, the scene's supposed to be funny with like Naruto catching him as well as wholesome, but
whether or not it actually is, that's subjective, but like it's intended to be. Like, yes, there's a plot reason to where it needs to be there, and there's a tragic element behind it, and blah blah blah, but like it's meant to be fun. That's why he's doing it.
We'll come back to that one. Okay, let's see. He's definitely skilled. Unfair injury is an interesting one because a 1/3 into the movie, I think you could definitely make an argument at least that he is wounded by injustice. Naruto's not being there. Not that Naruto doesn't have a side to the story, but it's unfair for Boruto. I think that would count as unfair injury.
Yeah.
From an emotional standpoint.
It does because
he wasn't in
this is
danger.
Naruto's flaw. If Naruto narratively didn't have a flaw here, then it wouldn't count. But because he does, we would give this to Boruto, yes.
Yeah. So definitely going to give him that one. I'm not going to give him in danger, not getting hurt. So he's got 8 unfair injury. He's definitely loved by others. Now, obsessed is a tricky one because you could say, oh, he's obsessed with getting Naruto to come back.
No,
I don't think
give him
that counts as a clear goal, though. It's not till the end of the movie, which even then, it's not really that clear. He doesn't really have a clear goal of what the Shadow Hokage is, but at the beginning of the movie, Boruto literally doesn't have a goal.
Obsessed in the narrative means that you don't have any doubt. So because it was like a tug of war, push and pull, back and forth, he felt guilty about the way he was pursuing it. I'm not giving it to him.
Are you going to give him playing nice?
I'd have to go rewatch the beginning of the movie because most of this applies towards the beginning of the movie anyways, which is why. Because it's obviously it's about introducing characters for the empathy to care about them. That's why you would use these at the beginning.
Yeah, because if we use the anime before this arc, Boruto just objectively is playing nice. But in the movie, it's tricky because it's not that Boruto comes across as mean, but he comes across as he is clearly annoyed and he is being standoffish with people. Because right from the beginning, you have him, we already know, like he's mad at his dad. And then I want to say it's pretty early on that Sarada and Mitsuki are trying to get him to do the exams. Granted, though, I don't remember if in the movie Boruto shuts it down or not.
Again, I don't remember. I haven't watched.
I want to say he does shut it down at first, but then he changes his mind. But he might have just agreed early, like immediately in the movie. I don't remember if they had to convince him.
Based on memory, I'm not going to give him playing nice because he's acting normal in what would be considered a happy circumstance. Regardless of the connotation behind the word spoiled kid or privileged, Boruto does come from a peaceful background. And so this is a funny comparison. It's like the universe of Bluey to where just everyone just is a good parent. You're not going to give all of those kids the quality of just plain nice because of course they are. That's normal for them. You would look at like the standouts in that case to where they're going above and beyond their circumstances. Okay. Boruto, from what I remember, doesn't do that. You have to go out of your way. Boruto, I don't remember doing that.
Not in the movie, no. In the movie, like I said, you could. I'm trying to remember some stuff. I only watched it once, but from my memory, you mostly just get him being like clearly annoyed about the dad stuff, and he is being standoffish, and like, yeah, and everyone's just kind of like, what's wrong with you? Like, come on, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
at the very least, he may have been like play nice 2 days before, but the start of the movie itself, he's not being that play nice character.
No, I just remember him like beating up a panda, smiling, wanting to like be friends with people, and like I'm not counting any of that.
I also think the panda thing he does, like, something, he breaks the rules or whatever, it pisses people off. But anyway,
He's
all right,
acting as
so
expected.
he's definitely getting skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely getting skill. He's not getting 2 or 3 or 4. So he's got number 1, skill. Number 5, loved by others. Number 8, unfair injury. So 1, 2,
I'll give him
3,
plenty.
and then we can debate 9 for 4.
So
give it to him. How many did you say generally you would need to be like, a generally very well liked character? Obviously, there's can be exceptions. Some people we can just like, even though they only have 1. But
bare minimum for good stories, you always aim, again, minimum, you aim for 7. And so Boruto would fail this criteria of being a liked or relatable character that people would care about, sympathize with, or have empathy for.
And so this is an important thing to note. This is why a lot of people don't like Boruto at the beginning of the movie. However, I don't think that's inherently bad. Because for one, this is resolved in one movie. It's not resolved like 200 chapters into a story. But second, Naruto is a likable character. Many of the people are watching this story for Naruto because even though it's called Boruto, isn't it called Boruto Naruto the movie anyway? Not just Boruto the movie? I don't remember. Regardless, it is a movie about Boruto and Naruto. So one of our 2 main characters anyway is the likable character. And we get to watch Boruto and Naruto grow into both being likable characters. I fail to see the problem.
Really quick, going back to this is what we were saying last time. The reason we're not giving him courage, since we sort of brushed over this as well, is because Boruto's not afraid. If Boruto was afraid and still acted, that would be an act of bravery. Because he's not afraid in the first place, that's not courageous.
Yeah, and then the other side of this would be that, when the doubts rolled in, he cheated instead of like overcoming it on his own, as blah blah blah. But
yeah, that would just be consistent with no courage in that case.